Welcome to my channel. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whichever part of the world you are watching from. Okay, welcome once again to my channel. I promised to make a follow-up video from the previous video I did on how to draw key levels like a pro. I promised to do a part 2 on how to take entries from that key level. Okay, so this particular video it's on how to take entries from that key level. Okay, welcome to my channel. So today we will be discussing the continuation on how to take entries from the key level. First of all, from the previous video I already showed you how to draw key levels by using line chart with marker. This is called line chart with marker. I already showed you how to draw key level like a pro. So if you didn't watch that video, navigate to the channel and watch it. Okay, then today we'll be discussing on how to take entries from those key levels. That's the topic for today. So subscribe for more trading tips, strategies and secrets. Before I continue, subscribe for more trading tips, strategies and secrets. Okay, so I'll be able to make more videos, and click on the alarm button so that you'll get notifications once I upload new videos. Okay, all right, let's dive in. All right, the first thing you need to do is you take your chart to the daily time frame. Like I said, this strategy only works for gold for now. I don't trade other pairs, I only trade gold. So it may work for other pairs, but for now it's only gold I trade. It may work for other pairs, but for now it's only gold I trade. So first of all, you go to your daily chart. As you can see, gold is on a bullish trend. You go to the daily chart, change from candlestick to candlestick chart to line chart with marker. This is what you are going to see once you change from line chart with marker. Okay, I've already explained this on the previous video, so you need to go and watch it. So how do you mark your key levels? From these circles here. From these circles here, the key level on gold, the major key level on gold is on the daily time frame. So as a day trader, you mark your key level on the daily time frame. That's the most important key level on gold. So these are the key levels. These are the key levels that is visible that you can see. These are the key level. That's the first thing you do. You mark this key level on the circles. That's the first thing you do. You mark the key level on the circles, or yeah, so that's the key level so far, and then you keep it that way. Then after you've done this, the next thing you do, you go one time frame lower, which is 4 hours, and the next thing you are going to look out for, change it back to candlestick chart. The next thing you are going to look out for is an engulfing candle. As you can see, look at the daily key level. See what price did? Came and reacted here. This was the key level. Price came and reacted here. I didn't mark. There would have been a key level around here, but I haven't marked it. Let me see. Take it back to daily. Oh, well, there is none really showing there. But you can see what happened. This was a key level. This was a key level previously. What did market do? It rejected around here. There is a rejection here. Once you see these wicks, they are rejection. So there was a rejection here. I said there are only two things that happen at a key level. It's either a breakout or a rejection. So marking key level does not mean you are going to take your entries at the key level. No. It only helps you to know where price is likely going to go to. So once price gets there, the only thing you are looking out for is a breakout or a rejection. There are only two things that happens at each key level, a breakout or a rejection. As you can see, this was the rejection on this key level. This key level formed the previous day, okay, but this is the one. Had it been this candle didn't print, this is the one that you will be considering, because this was the nearest one. So this was a rejection. It did a rejection. The following day, see what market did. It came back on that rejection. So the next thing you do is you go to 4 hours time frame. After you've seen that rejection, okay, you can also draw key levels on 4 hours. Let's say, for instance, this is my key level on 4 hours, but I'm going to change the color so I know the different time frames. But I do not use key level on 4 hours for my targets. You can use them for your entries. You can actually use them for targets, yes, but the daily key level is the most important. Gold moves from one daily key level to another key level. That's what gold does. If it breaks one, it will go to the next one. If it breaks this one, it will touch this one. If it breaks this one, it will touch this one. If it breaks this one, it will touch this one. That's how gold moves. That is just how gold moves. Like I said, what are these circles? They are the closing price of the previous days. They are the closing price of the previous days. All these are closing price of the previous days. So what gold does is it targets those closing prices. That is the key level. That's the key level. Nobody will show you this. I am showing you this because that's the major key level. Okay, now sorry, go back to candlestick. You can see the way price reacted on this key level. See, okay, but let's continue on how to take our entries. So I usually trade different concepts. There's a concept that is called engulfing concept. Is actually a Malaysian way of trading. So if you do not understand this concept, I'm not going to go from the beginning to explain how it works. Subsequently, I will be making videos on it, but for now I'm just going to go straight to the point. I'm not going to explain the concept on you. An engulfing concept is different from engulfing candlestick pattern. The concept is totally different from engulfing candlestick pattern. So don't mix it up. So the next thing, this is the indicator I use for to mark out my engulfing based on this engulfing concept. Okay, it's called engulfing candlestick. Sorry, engulfing candles by annoyed, by this annoyed. This is the one I use. It shows me where my engulf candle is. So I'll add it to my chart. So you see the yellow candle, the color have changed, so it shows me where there is an engulf. This yellow candle and this pink color shows that there is a bearish engulfing here, while the yellow one shows there is a bullish engulfing here. So in this particular case, I'm going to mark my engulfing here. So after the rejection, the next thing you are going to look out for is an engulfing on 4 hours time frame. How come we have this engulfing? Because these three candles, 1, 2, 3, engulf. This was a red candle before. These three candle, 1, 2, 3. This is actually a red candle, but the color will change to show you that this is actually a red candle. If I off it, you see the red candle. Okay, so this is a red candle. So this 1, 2, 3 has engulfed that red candle. So based on our engulfing concept trading, this 4 hours has been engulfed. Okay, so once you see that market has rejected at once market gets a rejection at the daily level and prints an engulfing pattern on 4 hours, the direction has changed to a buy. The direction is going to be a buy until price gets to the next daily target or the next engulfing level. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to explain any concept here. The idea here is to tell you how to take entries. However, if you want me to make videos on this, you need to comment. You need to comment that I should make more videos on the engulfing concept. That will encourage me to make more videos on this engulfing concept. because you will not understand it until you understand engulfing concept by the Malaysian guys. Okay, it's different from an engulfing candlestick pattern. So you will not understand it until you understand that engulfing concept. So, and after that, after you've marked your engulfing, which is this, once there is a rejection, take note, the first thing is there must be a rejection. Number one, that's the SOP. There must be a rejection at the daily level. The second thing you're going to look out for is an engulfing, bullish engulfing on 4 hours. Once you see that direction has changed to a buy, once you see that, your direction automatically is a buy, to change to a buy. So now, how do you now take the entries? Okay, so the next thing you need to do, which is the third step, the third step, is you go to, after you've marked your engulfing like I've done, you go to 1 hour time frame. So on this 1 hour, you will be looking for an engulfing also within this 1 hour. Okay, you'll be looking for an engulfing also within this 1 hour, either an engulfing fail or an engulfing buy within this 4 hours. I mean, within this 4 hours box, and mark it. So price has come, this is an engulfing, sorry, this is an engulfing within the box. This is an engulfing buy within the box. This was an engulfing fail, price has failed it, and so price is coming back. We need to come back into this failed and buy zone in order for you to take your entries. So I will delete this because the zone is big, so you cannot buy from a very broad zone. So I'll delete this and only focus on this zone now. So now I have been able to minimize the zone to make it very small. Now the difference between here and here is still about 100 pips. So I still have to minimize it to make it like a difference of 30 pips for your entry. So your target will just be on this. This is where you are going to look for your entry once price gets into the box. So let's assume all this didn't happen. So once you draw the engulfing stuff, you wait for price to come back into this box. This is where you are going to take your entry. So how do you take this entry? Now there are two ways. You can also switch it back to line chart with marker and then mark all the closing price on 1 hour. Mark all the closing price inside the box that are inside the box or inside or the box. You mark all the closing price on 1 hour that are just within this box. Okay, so you wait for price to come in and touch either of these. So you're going to take your entry between here and here and here. So if you look at the difference, you'll see that from here to here is around 40 pips or thereabout. So you can take your entry here and put your stop loss around here. Let me take it back to candlestick. You can take your entry here, but you can see price came back into that sniper entry and then went up. You get, you can see what happened. Price touched that sniper entry and then went up. So you can take your entry either at the first one, the second one, or those that actually do layering. You can just take 3 entries, you know, in between here, and then put your stop loss at 50 pips below or 30 pips below here. Okay, but if you take your entry here, it should be 30 pips around. If you take your entry here, it should be another 30 pips. So your stop loss will be here around below the box, definitely below the box, and then you take your entry here and see how market went. How many pips did it go from here? That was a sniper. Sorry, let's check. It went from here to here, 500 pips, and still came back to that zone. And how many pips did it do when it came back again? 440 pips. You see, so that's the beauty of this entry. So that is one way to enter. So another way to take your entry is, let me remove the lines also. Once you've drawn the box on 1 hour, you can use 15 minutes for your entry. And use 15 minutes for your entry. So while inside this box, you are also going to look for engulfing fail or engulfing buy. You mark it and keep. An engulfing buy is here. Let me go back so you see it well. The engulfing buy is there and engulfing fail is here. So price is going to come into that either of these entries. So this will be your possible places you want to enter, either here or here. Okay, but everything should be within the box, within this 1 hour box. As you can see, price came into the 15 minutes and went. Also came back, we tested that sample. Or what you do is, if you want a very safe entry, you wait for 15 minutes to print a bullish engulfing candle. You wait for 15 minutes to print a bullish engulfing candle, which is this. So you mark it and keep. Okay, so what happened? Price came into the 15 minutes box, even though it came lower, which was here. But if you check the difference between here and here, this was like 70 pips. Gold has been very volatile recently. I think it's 50 pips. Okay, or you wait for this bullish engulfing candle. Once you see it, you enter on the next candle. You can enter on this next candle. Once you see the bullish engulfing candle, you can enter on this next candle to ride it. Or you wait for it. Sometimes it may not come back. But the truth is, once you see this bullish engulfing on 15 minutes, you can enter on the beginning of the next 15 minutes candle. Okay, because there was a breakout. You can see, if you trade structure, you know that there was a breakout on all these ones. There was a breakout here. There was a breakout. All these places has created a new high. So price is just coming in here again to create another new high. So you anticipate a new high, but your target will be the previous high first before you look for this. But however, based on this strategy, your target should always be the next daily level up. The next daily level up should be your target. That's how it works. Okay, all right, so that's another way to take entry. There are several ways to take entries. Actually, there are several ways, but I'm not going to explain that. I've shown you 2 ways already. So far so good. That's how to take entries from the key levels. That's how to take entries from the key level. So I wish I can do another example. Let me see. Let me remove this one, because if I come here to check these are old data, I may not be able to scroll down when I'm using smaller time frame. It might not show me anything. So I have to use the nearest one and the recent one. So let's start again. You mark your key level. Let's see if we can see for a sell. I love my daily key levels to be on red color. Let's see if you can see for a sell. I don't want to consider this. I'm assuming that this didn't happen. Okay, let's assume that this particular thing did not happen. So I'll take it back to 9 charts. So I'm assuming that this particular candle did not print. So I go to 4 hours time frame. Now see what price did. Okay, since I'm assuming that this particular thing did not happen, so what I'll do is I'll draw a vertical line for us to distinguish that, okay, this didn't happen. Okay, so take it back. So let's assume this candlestick did not print. This is the only thing we saw. Let's assume that. I'll take it back to 4 hours. Okay, so from here we don't know anything. So this was the daily level. Price had already closed above them. Okay, but then what happened? Price came back and closed below it on 4 hours. Price came back, closed below it on 4 hours. Let me see. Let me go back there. Okay, this is the level. This is a level. I think this level just got printed recently, so I can't really use this. I can't really use this because this candle is coming back to target this level. I can't really use that. Let me see if I can use another one. Maybe here, maybe this, but because this had printed before, no, I can't really use these top ones. Let's see if I can use this level on the daily. Let me see if I can use that level on the daily. Go back to this and mark this level. Okay, and let me just mark only here and mark here, and to see this is where we are working on. So go back to line chart. Okay, so you go to 4 hours time frame. This is where we are working on. You go to 4 hours time frame. Well, because this is a bullish market, it's going to be difficult to really get a retracement based on the daily. Okay, until the daily has really done something like a proper sell. Market is on a buy, it's going to be very difficult to get. So because market is on a buy, most of the daily levels are support, so the market is coming back to them for a retest to continue going up. Okay, so if you're anticipating a sell, you might lose because the market is still bullish until if price comes here and then make a rejection. If price prints a rejection here and then 4 hours print bearish engulfing, I would have loved to show you an example on a previous one. However, if I have to change my chart down, if I have to go down to a smaller time frame like 1 hour, because I've not subscribed, TradingView will not allow me to view it. So that's where the challenge is. So showing you on a bearish stuff might be a little bit difficult, but this is what we should anticipate. If price comes here and prints a rejection, because this is my daily level for now. So if price comes here and prints a rejection, okay, if price comes here and prints a rejection, then 4 hours print bearish engulfing, then the market is going to retrace again to this 4 hours buy zone or this daily level or this level. So it will start targeting the next nearest daily level. Remember, every day it prints a new level, so you're not just going to draw your level and leave it there. Every day, once you want to analyze the market, you have to draw new level because it prints a level every day. So you have to come back and draw a new level. Okay, so that's that. I wish I could show the previous one. Like I said, this strategy only works for gold for now. It may work for other pairs, but I have only traded it on gold. It may work for other pairs. I have only traded it on gold. So I would advise you check it out only on gold. But the way it works is you just wait for price to come into the key level, print a bearish engulfing. Once it has printed a bearish engulfing on one time frame lower, price is going to go lower to the next level, which is the next daily level. So the daily key levels are used as targets. They are not used as entries. They are only used for targets, and also to see how price will react once it gets to those levels. Is it going to break it? Is it going to break it? Is it going to reject? Okay, that's the function of those key level. All right, so if you have benefited from this video, if you have learned anything new, kindly like the video, subscribe and comment, share, so that other people will be able to learn as well. Thank you and have a good day. If you want me to make more videos, you just need to make comments and I'm going to show you more secrets using I'm going to show you some secrets when it comes to the entries, not just the entries, some secret that nobody will ever show you in this market. If you want me to make that video, okay, nobody will ever show you. So many people know about it, but they will never bring it up here. So if you want me to do that video, if you want me to make that video, kindly comment and I will do that. Thank you and have a good day.